Okay. I think in the interest of time, the rest will probably get us along the way. Um, let me just project our agenda. Confirm you see my screen. You're able to see my screen.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay. Good. Let me turn my video. Today is kind of the last day, so you guys have to see me properly before we graduate. Good evening once again. Welcome to today. It's a very, very special day. I know we have been counting and we have been looking forward to today, and I am glad that we are finally in it and we are in the moment right now. In the interest of time, I'll just reproject our agenda, which you should be seeing on your screen right now, but also just to amend one item. I think we will need to add an item of prayer on the list because it's not reflected on the agenda. I believe we somehow subscribe to some supernatural being, whether Christian, Muslim, Hindu. So I think we owe the completion of this program to that spiritual being that you believe in. And I think it would be nice for us to also sort of recognize that through prayer. And then we will get into the overall structure of what our agenda will look like. We will take a brief moment, a minute at most, for everyone to quickly introduce themselves. You can, I think you will do us justice if you're able to turn on your camera so we can see you as we graduate today. We have been doing most of our classes when videos are off simply because we wanted to have better connection. But I think for today, if you're able to, please turn on your camera and introduce yourself. We will have that part of introduction, and then I will give some sort of opening remark, and then we will have two of our previous alumni, people have gone through the program, give us a brief highlight of how the program has impacted their life. Impacted, not impact, as we talked about in the theory of change, but the kind of benefit that they've reaped from the program and how that is helping shape their career life. And then we will also have one case story from one of us who are graduating today. Will be able to speak to the kind of benefits that this program has so far had in their life. And then we will have a remark from one of your representatives who knows who they are. You have nominated them. They'll be able to, at this point, be able to give their remark. And then we'll have the program quality lead, who is also with us now, will be able to give his remarks. And unfortunately, guest speaker or guest of honor who should have been able to award this certificate, who also doubles as a program advisor, is down with a terrible cold, so they're not going to be able to join this particular segment. And so our program quality lead will play that role of handing over the certificates to the members. How that will happen, I will project a certificate for a participant or a graduate or a graduate for that matter. I will just project on the screen, and then he will either say, congratulations, thank you for the work well done. And probably if you have, we'll give each of you a minute. If you want to say something, you'll have a minute to say, and then we will give a hand of applause to you before we call the next person to receive their certificate. After the graduation, you will each be able to receive your individual certificates in your emails that you provided. If that has changed, please let me know. Or whichever means is okay for you, you want it sent to you through WhatsApp, that's still okay. I can be able to share that, but do let me know. So yes, that's a brief agenda. And we have a few colleagues. I think I will let the participants start their introduction. And then I have a special friend that I have invited to attend. Diana should be joining us, who was also a facilitator. But just in case she's unable to join, I think you all know her, have met her. She took you through a session. And I think as we were closing, she had also already given you some nuggets. So if she joins, that will still be okay. She'll have a spot to maybe say one or two comments. But if not, yeah, we will adjourn the meeting. But once you guys have introduced, I will take a moment and invite Michael to introduce himself. And then our program quality lead will introduce himself as he'll be able to, when it comes to the time for him to give his remarks. So that's our agenda. Can we have, or do you have any suggestion? Do we need to amend this? I shared this earlier. If I had an assumption that since nobody got back to me with any feedback, the agenda looks okay. But right now, if you still have anything that we need to amend, please let me know, and we can either add it on the agenda. If not, and then I will just ask one of us to lead us in a word of prayer, and then we can just dive into our agenda. Who is able to do that for us? Kibet, do you want to lead us? Oh, Daniel, go ahead. Thank you.
Good evening, Tim. I hope I'm heard. Audible? Am I audible?
Yes, Daniel, sorry.
Yes, we can hear you, Daniel.
I was speaking while muted. Sorry, go ahead. We can hear you.
Gracious and loving Father, we want to thank you for the gift of life. We want to thank you for the gift of a new day. As we come to the end of today, pray that you brought us far from January till now. And we still hope that through your grace, you're still going to push us and give us more life ahead. As we come to the end of this program, we thank you for the gift of us being the few chosen for this program. And we pray that whatever we have had and whatever we have received through other participants and through the team lead and the team should be of benefit and should be of great importance to us, and to see how our skills are sharpened. I put everybody in this program to your hands. I pray all this through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Great. With that done, so Daniel, you can as well go ahead and introduce yourself. Maybe use 2 minutes, so you can probably tell us where you work or what you do in just a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. And then we can pass it on to the next person. Over to you.
Okay, thank you once again, Miss Betty. I'm Daniel Okot Komatich, Acholi, proud Acholi. I work with Sinopec. I'm a document controller, stroke equipment manager. At the moment, we work in line with pipeline construction in the Albertine region. My ideas and my focus is to dive in. That's why I came in to take this course. I hold a bachelor's in ICT and a postgraduate diploma in data evaluation from UMI. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Anybody else can go up?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Oh, my camera is failing on me.
No, we actually saw you.
Okay.
It was
So,
on.
all right. I am Shifa Kanyunyuzi. From Fort Portal. I'm not in full employment. I do freelance work, data collection, and data entry with various organizations on needs-based. I have a bachelor's degree in development studies and a postgraduate diploma in monitoring and evaluation from Mountains of the Moon University. Thank you.
Thank you, Shifa. Agnes, go on.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Twinomhanj Agnes. I'm from Bushenyi district. I work with CPP, China Petroleum Engineering Company, still dealing in pipeline. I work as a document controller. Thank you so much.
Florence, go ahead.
Good evening. Hi, everyone. My name is Florence Adupo. I'm from Kaberamaido. I am 4 months old as a monitoring and evaluation officer at Land and Equity Movement in Uganda. It's a land rights advocacy NGO. I recently completed my postgraduate in M&E in July, and I should say this program couldn't have come at a better time when I'm starting on this new role as an M&E officer. So thank you so much, Betty and the team.
Thank you, Florence. That's really great news. Edie, over to you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It is Shivuka. I work with Sensitize Uganda. Currently based in West Nile, Arua City. I hold a bachelor's degree in development studies, but also waiting for graduation, maybe next year if things come as expected. I'm 1 year old now in M&E, and I'm holding that role currently in my organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Edie. Jamila? Jamila, if you're speaking, you're muted. Still muted? Okay. Kibet, go ahead. When Jamila finds the button to unmute, she can go ahead and introduce. Kibet, go ahead. Kibet, if you're speaking, you're muted.
Thank you, Betty, and good evening.
Good evening.
Kibet is my thank you. Kibet is my name. Kenya. I
Kibet,
work
you're
as
in
a
traffic.
regional.
Are you safe? I see you're driving, you're
Yes,
in traffic.
yes, I'm driving.
I
Some
I don't think it's safe, eh? It's okay. First, concentrate on driving. We don't want you to get an accident or get a ticket.
So, thank you. Yeah, so, but briefly, I work as a regional coordinator in one of the organizations in Kenya. Education-wise, I have master's degree in monitoring and evaluation, bachelor's in economics. I also have some certification in data science and other certifications in monitoring and evaluation. So that is a brief about me, and I want to say thank you, Betty, because of the very, very nice post that took. And it was an eye-opener, especially to me, because on my part, I am not engaged actively in terms of monitoring and evaluation.
Okay. Thank you, Kibet. We hope you drive safe. Or if you are parked, you can park for a moment. Jamila, are you able to now unmute and speak?
Yes, Becky.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jamila Naantale. A counselor by profession. I am into mental health and psychosocial support. I currently graduated with my master's degree in monitoring and evaluation in October this year. And yeah, so I'm still new in the field. I want to appreciate Betty and the team for the good work they have done. So far, I feel like some light, I understand a few things in the field. So thank you so much, and I'm glad to be here today.
Thank you, Jamila. Allow me to, I think I will let our alumni from Cohort 1, they will introduce themselves as they come for their session. I have a special guest and friend, Kevin. Do you wanna unmute and just introduce yourself? Also, or maybe if your camera can be turned on, it would be nice to turn your camera on and just introduce yourself to the team, maybe a little bit of what you do. Perhaps this could also be potential clients or people who you can collaborate with. So over to you, Kevin.
Hello, everyone. I'm called Kevin Michael Mogisa. I'm very happy to see Kanyunyuzi Shifa here. Kanyunyuzi Shifa is my classmate, high school. We studied together, senior 5 to senior 6. I'm very happy to see her here. Yeah, so once again, called Kevin Michael Mogisa, and I have a master's degree in public health and a bachelor's degree in social work and social administration. I do consultancy, public health consultancy, that's research, qualitative and quantitative. And also a graduate from the CRIMS Research Mentorship Program, which has just happened a few days ago. So I'm grateful to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin, for making time to be with us. Is there anybody that has probably maybe just joined us along the way? I think I see Bravel on. Bravel. Oh, Bravel and Sylvia. You guys haven't introduced yourself. Go ahead. Whoever is unmuted first can go ahead. Bravel, if you're speaking, you are still muted. Sylvia, go ahead, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Sylvia Murungaru. I am happy to be here today. I work as a monitoring and evaluation specialist, and I work for the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program here in Kenya. Basically, it's a program that enables disadvantaged children in Africa to be able to get higher education. So I am happy to be here. I have a master's degree in monitoring and evaluation, and I also have a bachelor's in sociology and social work. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. Bravel, you were on. Go ahead now.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hope you. Yeah, my name is Vega Bravel, and I live in Kampala, Salama Road, Matsinye. I'm so grateful for this program. MiMP program has been so helpful to me. I'm among the founders of Hope Restored Uganda, a charity organization that is operating in Luwero. Yeah, before I joined this program, we were just recently in November completed our 3 years anniversary. So I was just looking forward to see how further we can strengthen our work through evaluating what we so far we have done and how far you've gone. So this program has been so helpful to me with the participants, my fellow group mates like Yamila and Richard, Tibet. So happy for this program and the colleagues.
Okay. I thought she was still speaking. Thank you, Bravel. If there is anybody I have left other than the people who are going to speak in the lineup, please let me know. If not, I will be able to go to the next segment of our agenda, which is remarks from myself. I'm going to be brief because I feel like I've pretty much, to the participants, we've pretty much kept engaging over these 5 weeks of conversations that happens 3 times a week. So we've done a lot of stuff and talked a lot and shared a lot and listened a lot from each other. So I feel like I barely have nothing to say, but just allow me start off by saying a huge congratulations to all of you guys. And I could not be more proud for us to have walked this journey together from November 3rd up to 3rd of December. It's been not smooth, I can say, because there've been a lot of tough love and there've been a lot of pressure along the way to get you guys to do stuff. And I think some of the things came in the feedback, which I'll be able to touch through a bit. Some of you felt like myself and maybe the other facilitator were pushing you like you're not adults, yeah? But we welcome feedback. But I think it was just necessary for us to do that, because if we left you, we didn't kind of try to I feel like we had to do a bit of micromanagement so that you guys could be able to do some of the assignments. Because if we left you and we were just lenient, if you do your assignment or you don't do that's okay, I feel like we wouldn't have made great strides in the program. You wouldn't have felt more grounded. I felt like it was necessary for us to kind of be a bit tough, give you tough love. And I want to say, please take that in good faith. It's not that we didn't appreciate you or we didn't value you. We didn't treat you like the adult you are. But anyway, not to divert from the point, yeah, it's been a great journey. I have been happy myself seeing you guys articulate things the way you articulate them during your group presentations, during your individual presentations as well, but also a number of you who constantly consulted individually with me. It's been a very beautiful journey. So I just want to take this moment, first of all, before anything else, to just say you all deserved this day, and a very, very huge congratulations to all of you. You earned this. And right now I feel like, partly I felt like we were protecting the brand because this is something new, and we wouldn't want you to be in this program for this duration and then walk out. And then when you get into the room where people are discussing M&E, it still feels like it's a shallow ground for you, right? We wanted you to be grounded, so when you go out there, there's a bit of difference that comes from how you articulate issues. So yeah, very, very congratulations to all of you. Now, I would, other than that, I would want to speak about a few of the highlights that you guys shared with us when we provided you with an evaluation for you to evaluate how the program was. It was also very interesting and fascinating to see the kind of feedback that we received. We appreciate them, and thank you for not sparing us, for giving us those hard feedback. Whether it is constructive or good, we take them because they're learning moments for us. I can assure you, we took a lot of feedback from Cohort 1, and it helped us design. I feel like we designed kind of a good program for Cohort 2, and that's largely because we took feedback and the participants were willing and able to provide us valuable feedback. And I thank you very much for providing us with the valuable feedback that you provided. They are very helpful. They will help us as we move into Cohort 3, which will start in January. I just want to point out a few of the areas that you guys evaluated where you thought that we needed to improve in the spirit of transparency also. There were some areas where you felt like time was not enough, especially on the sessions for data analysis. And I do agree with you. Even the facilitator agrees with you. But given that we didn't have a lot of time, she felt that she needed to give you what we could. And obviously, this is not like you're sitting 1 month to do data analysis only. If we had that time, that would have been helpful. We had too many things that we needed to cover. And so because of that, it couldn't ground you in that particular topic. So, but the good thing is that you have a basics. Learning doesn't stop. Learning is continuous. Now they've opened your eyes. You can go out there and explore more where you feel like, or you felt like you didn't grasp more than you thought you had hoped for. We can always go back to the recording and listen to it. And that brings me to my other next issues that you guys raised, which I have also taken into consideration, and in good faith, you guys have said you need to have those recordings still. So I am now declaring to you guys, all of you who are here, the 16, you'll have access to that folder for forever. I'm not gonna restrict. I had said 26, but I also reflected having been through a number of programs where you continue to have access to resources whenever you need. And I felt like maybe I made some sort of a right decision. So you will have access to that folder. In case it's, because it's still a Google Drive, I don't have like paid version where I have a lot of space. Once that space is getting depleted, I will definitely let you guys know. But for now, you have full access to the folder, and you can always go back and revisit the material. The other area that you guys pointed was that we had too much stuff to cover in just 5 weeks, and I totally agree with you. But in terms of structure and timing, that was what was available for us. But this very particular feedback is going to help me in terms of tailoring how I schedule the topics for the different sessions for cohort 3. So this was very valuable feedback. Some of you actually pointed out that this particular program that we covered in 5 weeks needed like 4 months. And I'm like, we don't have 4 months. But they were really, really very valuable feedback. And on to the positive things regarding the expectations that you had hoped to get out of the program. I think probably 98% of you said all of your expectations were met, except I think one person that pointed out that in the advert, when we ran out a call, we said we would have sessions that would help people who are just getting into the field, entry-level people, and then maybe for people who have already practiced for some time, or people who are experts. But I feel like what we actually covered is the very basics, because we started from the concepts, defining all of those concepts, the basics, which is really foundational for M&E. But I hear you, the person who mentioned this, and if you still feel like something is lacking and you're missing something, our doors are still open. You can always consult. I told you guys the last day we had our session, that even when you graduate, it's not gonna close, the program is not gonna close. I want to be dead. God forbid, I'm still going to be here. Other facilitators, Diana will be there. You can always reach out to us and we should be able to support you. I think finally, on to what some of you mentioned, that the things that you probably take away from here is, which was very amazing, is that some of you actually took this lesson and this program very seriously. And you remember when we would tell you, let's do a theory of change, and now go back to you, if you're running a project, go back to your project and look through your theory of change, read if it makes sense, if it doesn't, see if you need to make modifications, look at your results framework, the meal plan and all of that. We talked through the work plan. I was very excited to see somebody in the evaluation say that because of this, they were able to develop a complete work plan, the meal work plan for 2026, a comprehensive one for their institution. And they're in the process of now developing a program dashboard, program-wide, institutional level dashboard, because of the session from Power BI. These are just some of the few highlights that you guys provided, which I thought were really, really valuable. As I close in terms of my remarks, I'm not gonna come back to speak again. I just want all of us, including those of us who are not in Uganda, to put our country in God's hand or in Allah's hand, if you're Muslim or whatever God you believe in. Our country, we are getting into election period. January 15th is the set date by the Electoral Commission, where we will be having the presidential elections as well as elections for the members of parliament. And we just want you guys to just keep us in prayers, but also as you move for Christmas, I know this is Christmas period, majority of us probably have work in urban centers or districts or locations different from where villages are, and so we are traveling back there. I'm pretty sure this might be a peak for campaign seasons. For those of us who are in Uganda, please exercise caution, stay alive, involve yourself in those rallies, but just, take care of yourself and avoid places where you could easily be at, because we've already seen some chaos manifesting, some pockets of chaos that have started happening. For those of you who watch news, yeah, so just stay safe. And for the rest of you out of the country, continue to keep us in your prayer. And hopefully we will come out okay from the election. Hopefully we will come out okay, but just keep us in prayers. And I think finally my call to you guys is you need to continue learning. Learning never stops. Even the things that we've taught you here, if you're not practicing, if you're not in the M&E field and you're not practicing some of these things, they might disappear. I gave you some sort of advice that right now, if you're not practicing in the M&E field, but you're working in an institution and maybe there's a programs department, volunteer, go and sit in those conversations, maybe proposal development workshops. If they're having a design work, volunteer, go and sit there, provide insights. Otherwise, this knowledge, if it's not kept to use, you will lose them. And again, after a few months, you'll feel like you've not gone through this course. So learning is continuous. Continue to explore other resources that are available in order for you to keep grounded. There is someone who gave a famous quote in a book that I read. They said, imagine if you went to a hospital and the doctor who is working on you right now in this 2025 is a doctor who qualified in probably 1980, and they've never gone for any professional development. They have the old knowledge of 1980. Would you honestly feel comfortable being treated or attended to by that doctor after probably 40 years of them qualifying and they've never upgraded, with so much that have changed in the health sector and all of that? No, you'd not feel comfortable. The same is for you. Do not stay with the knowledge that you have right now. Stay hungry for knowledge. We've talked about shifts in the M&E field. Go explore some of those shifts. AI that is taking over. Go explore at your own time. Like, do things DIY, do it yourself. Go and do a lot of learning other than this, because I don't expect, and I will not claim that if you become successful, that it's just the MIMP that has made you successful. That might have contributed, but probably you've also taken on additional courses, you've kept skilling yourself, stayed abreast with current trends. That is going to be helpful. So my last message to you and my final message to you is stay hungry for knowledge. And if there are opportunities for you to upskill, please continuously upgrade. And yeah, feel free to talk about us. Feel free to show your certificates tomorrow or today after you receive them. Feel free to recommend us to your colleagues. I'm very excited to see a number when I look at the current application pool. Some really great number of people applied because either an alumni recommended them, or somebody who is doing the course recommended them, or a colleague at work recommended them. I don't know whether the colleague had from an alumni or the colleague is an alumni. So that was really helpful, and we continue to ask you to please refer us, please speak about us, speak about the good things that we do. It helps us, not just financially, but I think the goal is bigger than just financial benefits. We want people to really be empowered, resilient, and thrive in their work, whether you end up doing meal work or you end up doing something else. So that's really our vision and our goal. We want to see an empowered team locally and globally. So with those so many words, allow me to now invite at this particular juncture, we are going to the segment of hearing some stories or some benefits from previous alumni. Gerald, I would invite you to come on the mic first, and then Talent will follow after you. Feel free to now introduce yourself and maybe tell us a bit about your organization or what you do. So over to you, Gerard.
Okay, right. Thank you, Betty. So I wanna be sure that everyone is hearing me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I think I feel a very unique, a very special privilege to be on this call this evening with I think 16 of you. And I wanted to say, like, congratulations, each of you, and congratulations to you, Betty, for making sure that this continues. From the time I think we graduated, I think here I noted quite a number of changes and positive changes. So I think that's really so incredible. When I listened deeply, I think I was noting a number of people here, quality controllers, people monitoring projects and development, program managers, and I think program assistants. I had most of them are associated to me, the nurseries, and I think some from the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program. So I have really, I just can say like I'm really thrilled to be here with you. But in this special occasion, I just want to mention just a few things, which I think maybe Betty at one time could have spoken to you. So basically, all the 5 weeks of packed weeks. I know they have not really been so easy. I can really relate that time when it used to be a Sunday, and before you have to catch up for class, but so many other things. So I want to applaud you for being so sacrificial, but also being action-oriented people, and I think that will make a difference in your lives. Now, monitoring, evaluation, and learnings specifically means how will you know? And I feel like you don't have to be working in development or whatsoever. Our personal lives also need monitoring and evaluation. And this comes in a time that we are even concluding the year. It's good that even you look at yourself and be like, but this year, what did I want to do? What did I do wrong? And maybe, am I on track or off track? So I'm pretty sure that, that those are some of the concepts, and they're just life concepts, not just mere work-related concepts, but they're just really work concepts. Now, for me, when I got out of this program, I did the best out of it. I think last year, I was simply managing a briefcase company, organization, and I think from that time, we have secured, I think, two grants, and very serious grants. But to be honest, before that, I think we had faced about 5, 6 rejections, and which rejections are largely associated actually to monitoring and evaluation, because everyone wants to know if you've had a privilege, what have you used it for, what have you done with it, and so on and so forth. And you are here. I know you've spent time. I'm feeling happy that some of you have already, designed good theories of change, good mail dashboards to enable your organization to measure impact and effectiveness and so on. And I think that's really incredible. However, Betty mentioned that learning continues, and I think Charimunga said that you must be learning machines. So unless you learn, I think you'll stop growing. So you have to push the bar high and do much. It's Taylor Swift who says, what you have done with it really, really, really matters. And so, as being here, I felt I might not have really a lot to talk to you or even a lot to inspire you. I know some of you are really great, working with really on very incredible projects and so on and so forth. But I felt that it is really important to share the success that actually comes from this program. And as I just conclude, I just love to say that I know Betty will have this cohort and graduate. Please, if you will have even an opportunity to be part of the third cohort, because now for me there are things I'm hearing that we do not do, and I'm like, oh my God, how can, eh? So let your colleagues come and run. You yourselves, you come and run. You are not going to die because you in cohort 1 and cohort 2. Knowledge gain is one of the best things that can ever happen to you, and you should know a lot of knowledge in this life than I hear people say you should know a lot of people, but for my case, I think I should have a lot of knowledge on so many things that I can easily apply and thrive. And now, therefore, colleagues, I love to mention again that what will you do with what you've acquired here? Betty went, learned, practiced, and has given generously to you, making sure that you will get this knowledge applied. So some of you are working on those critical public health projects that I'm hearing, and I think it would be a great deal that this knowledge will scale down and impact omuntu wansi wanaichi. So I want to wish you good luck and endeavors, and please don't again stop to learn. And maybe finally, for you who are running youth-led initiatives, I wanted to mention that there is a call for proposals for youth-led initiatives, and I'm also encouraging Betty, because I see is doing really incredible work with the AU Youth Action Lab. Please go check out. There are a number of opportunities. Apply. Let your organizations grow. Serve. You know you have a unique opportunity, and that opportunity is basically to serve mankind. And if you will do that, the rest God will always bless you. Can I say thank you and success in all your endeavors? Thank you very much. Over to you, Betty.
Thank you so much, Gerard. I wouldn't have. I feel like you speak like a politician. We have very, very articulate people in our midst. You should let's encourage you. You should consider being a politician in the future. Maybe not now, but in the near future. I feel like you would make a good orator. Those were really wonderful words of encouragement. And I hope, guys, we can be able to pick some of those insights and take them out as we get out of this program. On the same note, now allow me invite talent. Gerard didn't mention which country is from. Gerard is from Uganda. But the next speaker that I'm inviting comes all the way from Zimbabwe. So guys, put your hands together and let's welcome Talent. Talent, the mic is yours.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Graduates, the guests, and the facilitator, Betty. Good evening to you all. So let me just share my video briefly so that you can see me. Confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you and see you.
Yeah, so that's me. So I'm going off video just for my internet connection. It's not that strong, but Good evening once again. My name is Talent Changadea. I'm from Zimbabwe, and I'm very honored to share my journey. I was in Cohort 1. I'm an alumni, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity. And when Betty said if there was anyone willing to speak, I quickly jumped. I think it's something to give back to her. She has done a lot. I think during our Cohort time, she sacrificed a lot. So I felt it appropriate also to return the favor. So thank you once again, Betty. So without wasting time, when the call for Cohort 1 for the program came, I was a new intern at a local organization in Zimbabwe. And when the call came, initially I was based at the head office in UB. I just completed my diploma in monitoring and evaluation, and I was under the new department at the headquarters. And then I received, HR called me and said, you're now going to a different province. So different province, it means you're away from the boss, the supervisor. You're not being micromanaged each time, do this, do that. So it was a completely different new experience where you had to interface with stakeholders and make decisions, new decisions on your own without too much monitoring. So I must say, yeah, the program came at the opportune time because I was enthusiastic, I was motivated, but at the same time, in terms of practical guidance, you sometimes you don't really know what should I start with. I mean, in this new province, and you've had maybe 2-3 programming people who are there. So this core and being in the program, it gave me structure and confidence in terms of which direction should I take, what tasks should I do, and obviously getting time to go through the theory of change, the meal plan. That was a plus also, and also looking at data analysis with Boniface. I think I had exposure to Kobo Collect, but it was just basic stuff. But I was actually amazed in terms of how powerful Kobo can be and many functionality. And also, I think we, of course, briefly, but in terms of how you can use Power BI and all the dashboards. Yeah, so it was a limited time, but it was something that motivated me. I should learn more about the software. So yeah, basically in terms of getting the foundation and appreciation of the monitoring and evaluation plan. So yeah, it was really practical. That's what I learned, as opposed to the textbook M&E plan. But here you would go through an M&E plan, you would design it, and Betty would read the M&E plans and critique, and obviously give some nuggets as well. So that was very, very helpful for me. And I think towards the end of the year, around October, I applied for another job opening, and I went, and fortunately I was successful for that job. So I transitioned. It was an M&D role, but just changing organizations. And now I'm there. And from feedback with colleagues and HR, one of the things that made me learn that role was I passed both the oral and the data analysis section. So data analysis, that was the plus, because all the other participants, I'm told, they did well in the oral aspect, but in terms of the practical data analysis, that's where the issue was. So I think this component of the program, it played a significant role in terms of the data analysis, learning more about data analysis, and also in terms of the confidence in articulating the issues about MiMP. So I didn't have much challenges in terms of interfacing with the panel. So yeah, I attribute that to this program. So now, yeah, I'm in that role. I'm a new officer. So I'm still applying those skills daily. Some of the things that I learned, and yeah, sometimes I go back to the videos. I think the videos were recorded, our sessions, and I have some of them. So sometimes you go back just to consult and hear what can I do here. So that has been pretty much helpful. And I think over that course, I've designed a data collection tool for baseline study, and I've written a report. I've also done a value chain study. And so for all those tasks, I think just thinking of them, it's something that is daunting, that is overwhelming. But yeah, I attribute some of the skills that I picked up from this program to actually lead in those interventions that I've just mentioned. So yeah, obviously, as Betty has said, the program is packed. I think it's about, I'm not sure how many weeks we did, probably 5-6 weeks. So it's packed. So you can't really cover everything, and the time frame is limited. But what this program did is it gave me a foundation and practical guidance in terms of how you navigate MND space, and obviously the nuggets that they would share about just MND in general. So that has been really helpful, and I'm continuing to apply those lessons. So yeah, it's the program. I would say it equipped me to adapt and to navigate my way around the MND field. And I think in closing, just speaking to the graduates here today, I know we have seasoned MND people are here, and also newbies into the MND field. I think what I can just say is just remember that what this program is giving you, it's a foundation. But how far you go, it will depend on how you're willing to apply what you have learned. And obviously, you cannot know everything. And I think it's okay. You can't expect that after these 6 weeks, you now know everything about MNG. That's not true, but it's okay. What matters is, are you willing to continue to learn and basically take responsibility for your growth? So I think it was the last session with Boniface who took us through data analysis, and him explaining that it's a lifelong process, the issue of learning. So just continue to upgrade and keeping up to date with trends in MND. I wish you all the best, the very best, as you take your next step in your journey in MND. And yeah, the seasoned practitioners also, you learn something each and every day. So thank you very much, Betty. And I must say congratulations to all the graduates. And yeah, thank you. I'm done. Thank you, Betty.
Thank you, Talent. So cohort 1, Talent, we started in March and we actually graduated in July. But the difference was that for cohort 1, we used to have it once a week and on Sundays. Excuse me. But for this cohort, we have 3 sessions. This cohort that just ended, we have 3 sessions now. This team chose Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So there are 3 sessions, 5 weeks, but 3 sessions per week. So that's the kind of changes that have happened from cohort 1. We've decided to leave weekends free for people, for family, and all of that. Pardon me, sorry, I have a terrible allergy and it's a bit cold here. Moving on to talents. We appreciate you for sharing that and for encouraging the teams that as long as you're still breathing, you don't stop to learn. We continue to learn. And I think pretty much everyone who has so far spoken has already hinted on that. So guys, if you leave this graduation and you don't pick any other thing else, just pick the fact that learning is not gonna end. You shouldn't end with this program. You should continue to explore and okay, somebody's asking to have I think do transcripts for them, so that's okay. Just accept it. Learning is continuous. It's not gonna end now, so you need to continue to learn. And I think let me just take this moment now to invite one of the participants from the current cohort who will also give us a brief highlight of how they have felt the program or how the program has, in a short run, has benefited them. So I will now invite Sylvia to pick on the mic and yeah, Sylvia, over to you for your session.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much, Betty, for giving me this opportunity. I just want to start with statistics. Did you know that according to the World Bank, 30% of organizations that have a strong M&E system actually achieve their developmental goals, as opposed to the ones that don't have an M&E system? And as we learned in this class, M&E systems are built by people. One of the components was human capacity. And I know for us here, we can attest to the fact that how we have left this class is not how we entered. Some of us did not have these skills. We didn't have the confidence of how to become impactful. But right now, we can see the difference. So I am a proud Cohort 2 participant, and I would just like to walk us through some of the benefits that I've seen in this program in the short time that I have taken it. As I have said, my name is Sylvia Murungaru, and I am a monitoring and evaluation specialist. So I'll just mention 3 things that I noticed with this that have been of benefit for me, even in the 5 weeks that I started this class. The first thing was there were some technical skills that I didn't have. Even as somebody who had practiced M&E for some time, there are things I'd never had the ability to be taught, especially practically. And one of those things was Kobo. I'd heard about it, but I'd not used it practically. But through this class, I was able to be walked through. Betty walked us through the Kobo session. And one of the things I did is I applied it to just do one of the surveys that I have been doing. I would just use Google Forms before, but now I decided to use Kobo. And one of the things that I noticed, it was much faster, even to analyze the data as compared to what I was using. It was much more professional compared to how I was. The other technical skill I remember not having was the ability to just do dashboards using Power BI. And as much as the class was rushed, I remember I just told myself, even if I can just do a 1 indicator presentation, I think it will help me. I think my slides will be better than what I had before, because I would just do Excel graphs there. So I said, hey, especially this part of slicers, I'm going to try. I work in a program that has is in 29 countries. So I said, let me try the slicer in the Power BI and see how I'll present. And to be sure, I can say it was one of the presentations where I didn't feel embarrassed. People are looking at me when I was presenting for all the countries, like, how did you learn that? But that is something that I just learned from this class, and I'm very grateful. Something else I I really appreciate from this class is how it transformed my thinking about MNE work. As we were doing the practicals for the theory of change and the MiMP plans, I remember Betty would always ask us, why did you put that indicator? Why are you defining it like this? How comes you're calculating it like this? And it helped me to understand the why behind even the indicators that I have in my organization. So I would ask myself, how is this indicator even going to be used? Who is going to use it? And I remember one thing Betty would tell us is if your organization is not using the MNE, you may as well leave it for decision making. You may as well leave that MNE. So I started asking myself, if I collect this data, how is this organization going to use it in the MNE work that we are doing? And I can say that I have become more intentional in ensuring that we are now collecting information that is going to be used. And again, I think that has really helped me save time and even the company's resources. So I'm more systematic and more focused on collecting information that will help us, help the organization grow and that will be useful to us as an organization. Something else that excuse me, I think I didn't know I needed help with, but as I learned from this class, it made a really big difference, was when we were taught about how to structure our reports. I mean, usually I would just do activity reports and put my data without having a logical flow. But when I started to follow how we were being taught, I started to realize that I'm able to present the findings, I'm able to give recommendations that can actually be used. Even last week, we were doing our quarterly report, and I gave a recommendation on something that needed. We were doing trainings, and our numbers had dropped, and so I told them maybe we should look at increasing the transport for the people coming to the training. And I saw my manager took up that recommendation. Before it was just you do reports and say, and nobody is even acting on them, and you're wondering, is it that the information did not get there? But now with the structuring, I saw that decisions are actually being made using these reports. And for me, I felt that was really something that was transformative for me and even how I do my work. So even as we conclude, in addition to just thanking Betty and Diana for taking us through this session, I just want to tell us as the participants, just as you have heard from people, don't let what we have learned gather dust. Let's commit to applying the skills that we have learned here. I know you can pick something, whether it is the theory of change, the Kobo Collect, the report writing, the Power BI. We have something that we can take, and I think what I would say is let's commit to just applying that. Our learning does not end today. It's just the beginning. And as somebody who has stayed in this industry for some time, I can say it is an interesting industry. And with the foundation that we have gotten, I know that we shall blossom and become even great. And I just want to conclude with this. There's a proverb that says that knowledge is like a garden. If it's not cultivated, it can't be harvested. So us as the participants, we must, this program has cultivated our potential. It has given us a stepping stone to become good and to become experts in monitoring and evaluation. And now it's time for us to harvest and to see results and to transform our organizations and even the communities that we serve. So thank you so much. And I also thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I have really enjoyed working even with the participants and learning from you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sylvia. You really articulated a lot of stuff. I feel exhilarated just hearing these stories. Just one of the stories comes through. It makes me feel proud, and definitely the facilitators who have supported in this program, but also the invisible hands that have supported us. It makes us feel like, yes, we are in the right direction. We are doing the right thing because, like I said, we want you to actually be confident in the work that you do. For those of you who are not yet practicing, when you eventually get the chance to actually get into a role like that, we don't want bad onboarding to be an excuse. Like, it should be a thing of the past, because whether you get good onboarding or bad onboarding, you have some sort of foundation of what you need to do as a typical male person who is playing that role. So it's really nice and great to hear such conversations come through. And we couldn't be more proud of what we have achieved together. It was a lot of learning from both ends. I honestly learned from a lot of you guys. I'm not proud to say, but especially the moments where you guys ask questions like, how do I tackle this? If you noticed, I was being very smart in throwing it back to you. If this was you, how would you have handled it? In the conversations, the articulation of how you would navigate certain things that came from you, not from me, were really humbling. And it came from a point of people who are really very knowledgeable, people who have the tact of navigating work and all of that. So the learning has been both ways. It hasn't just been from me or Diana or any other invisible hand behind this program, but we've equally benefited a lot from all of you guys. So thank you for that. I would now take this opportunity to invite a class representative who is going to give their remarks, and then we will go to the next segment. So Jamila, over to you now. The mic is yours.
Thank you so much, Betty. Good evening once again. Let me try to see
Good
if
evening.
my video will work. Can you see me?
Yes, you're still in office. You've
Don't
not
laugh.
left.
It's a lot. Okay, so I want to take this opportunity to congratulate everyone, and also I want to take the opportunity to thank the class for appointing me to give this speech. It is really humbling. And yeah, so my name is Jamila, once again, Nantale, and I would say I'm an MNE specialist. I remember when I graduated in October, I in my mental health work, I do career talk sessions. And I remember in one of the career talk sessions, and I told the students I was talking to, there were students of a vocational school, and I was telling them that they are lucky that they're studying courses that are hands-on. Like if you want to be a plumber, you're going to study plumbing, like, and you'll be having physical practice. If you're going to be in catering and hotel management, you'll be able to bake a cake, do cookies. Like their study is really practical compared to us. And I was not ashamed to share to them that actually I went back for a professional development course to help me understand, even with my master's. Actually, when I'm talking to people around me, they know me. I'm a very straight and transparent person. I usually tell them I have my master's, but if you tell me and ask me what exactly you can do, I can just look at them and I'm like, okay. It's not like I'm like being negative about maybe the course or what, but you find that the university work or the university classes that we get does not give us this exposure. where you get to understand and like even practice. I really like the classes. I'm very sure Betty used to see me very active, like I would leave everything I'm doing such that I'm very present, such that I practice, because this is exactly what my heart was yearning for, to make sure that I know exactly what I'm going to do and be able to practice. Right now, back in my office, my team is like, "Eh, banange, what's on yako? You're now a neck," and they're like practically you're over and about, because I've already created an evaluation form for our interns using the Kobo Collect tool, because I'm like, why not? Because these are things that I've been learning. It's not that perfect, but at least I'm really happy that the things that we've been learning are things that can really help us. Sylvia was sharing that when she did like her report, like this time around, it was like a bit different from how she has been doing it and how the team has been doing it. So I'm really, really happy and excited for this program. And I was telling someone that, hey, I'm really going to miss this class, because I had become like used to it every Monday. Do whatever you're doing quickly, such that by the time class has started, you're there to attend class. So I'm going to miss it a bit, but at the end of the day, I'm really happy and excited for the skills and I experience that I've really got. As I said earlier, right now I can tell people that, hey, I'm an M&E expert or specialist or whatever it is, because now I even know my roles. In the past, you would ask me and I'm like, hey, what can I do? I remember when someone was asking me why I did a career change, why actually they asked me, why are you pursuing a master's degree in M&E instead of going for maybe a master's in counseling psychology or a master's in psychology or a master's, a field that is in line with my work. So I told them, for me, I'm going for this M&E course, not because I'm making a career change or shift. I just want to make things better, because for me, what I understand by monitoring and evaluation is that it helps you with management, with understanding everything that is happening, even if it's a different field. And I remember when we had one of the lectures, the classes, and Betty told us that you don't need to be like, you don't need like to have the experience like to do an evaluation for that farm. It's all about having the basics, understanding what the farm is all about or the company is all about, and you can be able to help them with their monitoring and evaluation system. So it is something that has really opened my eyes, and I'm very sure with time, I'm going to become, I'm going to put in my time to see that I become better and better. As also Betty noticed, mentioned that in the evaluation, I think I'm one of the people who was complaining that the time was really not enough, because I felt like, okay, the course was really intense, but still I felt like maybe we needed more time. But as Betty said that, hey, this is what we could offer. And of course, there is room for continuous learning. So I'm really grateful. So normally I prepare a speech when I'm going to speak, but I end up not following it, because I'm a person who is just a natural speaker. Like, I speak from the heart other than speaking from script. But on behalf of the graduating class cohort 2, I want to take this opportunity to first of all thank the Almighty God. I remember someone, I think it was when we were introducing ourselves, someone who gave us the opening prayer, said that he thanks God that we were the chosen one. I have a feeling that there were so many people who had applied, but maybe didn't go through. But for us, actually, I also thank God that we even saw the advert, or at least we knew Betty, because some of us like maybe got to hear about the program because we know Betty somehow or somewhere. But still, at the end of the day, I think it takes God to give you that direction. For example, those people who just saw the advert on LinkedIn, you could have been there and maybe you didn't even know what's happening, but God helps you see that advert and maybe you get to pick the interest from there. So I really want to thank God for us and for the opportunity that He has given us. I think we've not had a lot of class where we are like very few. I've attended some few online classes where like participants, you're supposed to be like 50 participants, but the class or the room, you're like only 10 or 5 or whatever. So I also want to thank God for that, because He has really enabled us. When we were starting, we set up the program. And I would say that we've not missed a class, that maybe today we'll not have class, maybe because of this and that and that. So we have really to be grateful to God for that. And I also want to thank the participants for their commitment. Betty, you know, and everyone that is on this call knows that almost all of us are working. Most of us are parents. I tell people I have 7 children in my house. And remember, the classes used to be like at night. So you have to sacrifice time and maybe just make sure that you prepare them earlier so that you don't miss class. So I want to appreciate the participants for taking the time, because sometimes, like, even if work is overwhelming, even if life is overwhelming, people have really sacrificed and committed time to attend these classes. So thank you so much, participants and my fellow cohort mates, for that. I would also want to take this opportunity to give gratitude to Betty. As I said earlier, I'm a mental health expert, and I thrive so much in self-care and gratitude. So I always want to give people flowers, their flowers, when they're still alive. I don't want to just come on someone's burial day and I get a microphone and I start saying, hey, Betty was really a nice person. She told us this and this and that and that. So for me, I always want to give my flowers to the person when they can still hear them. So Betty, please receive your flowers. I don't know how you're going to do them online, but please receive your flowers. We thank God for the vision that that God has put in you, and we believe that this is going to go far. I think I'm one of the people who has recommended, like, almost everyone that I find. I'm like, hey, you people, please join this program, because it's really a nice one. So we thank God for the vision that He has put in you, and I also want to thank you for the commitment. As I said earlier, most people when they have like online sessions, they don't usually make them like committed. They don't commit to them. Someone will just tell you, they'll just write an email or inform you. People will not be able to have this class because I know you also have your work, you have other things and duties that you handle. But I want to thank you for the commitment, and you're one person who speaks from the heart. Like in the classes, like when you would start to speak, you would speak as a teacher. A teacher is someone who teaches, who speaks as to the people as if when they know this person I'm speaking to does not know what I'm telling them. So you're that person. You've been speaking to us to make sure that we understand. And I want to assure you, we've understood. To the few people I've talked to on this cohort, most of them are like, yeah, Betty has really done it. Like, she has poured out her heart to us. So thank you so much. And also we pray that this continues and continues. I also want to appreciate Diana. I don't know if she's on the call, but even if she's not here,
Yeah,
she also guided
is.
us so well. Yeah, so Diana, thank you so much. I told people that when these are for example, the descriptions of an M&E job, those other things, the theory of change. It is something that we had heard about, like I'd heard about. But when we reached on the Kobo tools, and then the tools, the Power BI, I was seeing Chinese. But you people, there is a way, as I said earlier, there is a way you've made this learning like easy for us. Like sometimes we would keep quiet and Betty would be like, hello people, are you there? Confirm that you can hear me. But you were always there, but your mind is like juggled, like triggered. You're like, wow. I remember sometimes I used to even unmute to just say, wow, because it was really something. So thank you so much, Diana. Thank you so much, Betty. I hope you people from this day, I think from today, I want you to know that you're really appreciated for the work that you're doing. Because I know sometimes you reach and you're like, but why am I doing all this? What is it? What? Just know that we are really grateful for this. And as I wind up or conclude, I want to first of all make a request to the program managers, Betty and Diana. Please, I would request that you continue engaging us. As almost everyone who has been speaking has already talked about, us to continue learning and learning such that you become better practicing and learning. We also, if there is an opportunity that you find, you can always engage us, because I was in group 1, and for us in group 1, we used to call ourselves the champions. And I like that group. When we had just started, I don't know if Richard is on the call, when they had just put us in the group, Richard was like, hey people, before we even go far, I've heard some of you people have organizations and companies. Do you people have M&E systems? Why don't we dedicate some time or try to do things to make sure that we help you free of charge? That is something that I was like, oh my God, this is just not Betty, this is a connection, this is a network that you've created. People are willing to go far for others. Actually, there are some people who I know, this who are like, for me, I'm out of job, I'm not working. So, and they're like, if an opportunity avails itself, of course, I'm very sure they'll first consider these people before others. So, Betty, in case opportunities are there, in case of anything, I like the fact that you're not going to close the group, and I also like the fact that you're not going, the Google Drive does not have like limit, so that is something that can really help us to continue being engaged. And finally, to my graduating class, I don't know if you people have glasses, but you can raise a glass to celebrate, to toast to learning, to toast to future opportunities and blessings, because I'm very sure this that you've gained today is going to push us far. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much to the people that have joined us today from the previous cohorts, and also to our guest speakers. Thank you so much. And I think I can stop here. May God bless you all.
Wow, just wow. The teams knew why they chose you. They didn't make a wrong decision. They chose the right person to give a speech on their behalf. That was so beautiful, Jamila. Thank you for honoring us. We really appreciate. Like you've said, sometimes when you start something, along the way you begin to question, does this even make sense? Do I really still want to continue? But I think your remarks today has given us a push, as let us know that this is something that is meaningful, it's helpful, and we do not need to give up on it. We need to just continue push forward and make it even better. Thank you for your kind wishes and your prayers for us in those wonderful remarks. I think we have got to the point where we are overboard. I had indicated that we would close by 8:30, hopefully, but I think we also started a bit late. Hopefully we don't go past 9. So at this point, we are going to merge. Ezra, you will come give a speech and straight away award the certificates. I think earlier I had guided I will just flash certificates for everyone. I'll probably call their names, and then you can say a word. I know we don't confer because we are not giving degrees, but you probably have a better way of how you will let them receive their certificates. So my job will be to, after you've made your remarks, I will flash the certificates for each individual and then hand it over to you, say a word or two, and then flash the next. So before I invite you, Diana is here. Let me give her just 2 minutes to say a word or two, and then I will hand it over to you, Ezra. So Diana, over to you. Welcome.
Thanks, Betty. I'm honored to be part of this graduating ceremony. Congratulations, MIP Cohort 2. Yeah, as I can hear from the testimonies, I know you have gained skills which you can use and go far in your career and work. But like with every skill, if you don't practice it, you'll lose it. So the best way is to practice it or even take it a notch further and teach it. So as you teach it, that means you'll be required to research more. And then as you're researching, you're teaching it, you'll learn more. So I don't want to say much, but just tell you congratulations. Over to you, Betty.
Thank you, Diana. In a very special way, allow me to take this honor to invite Program Quality Lead, Ezra, to come and speak to us. And then he will also do the honors to award the certificates. Over to you, Ezra.
Thank you so much, Betty. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, we can
Hello,
hear
colleagues.
you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Good evening to distinguished facilitators, esteemed colleagues, partners in learning, and above all, our accomplished graduates for the MiMP Cohort 2. I know today marks not only simply the end of a training journey, but at the beginning of a professional renaissance. You do stand before us not as learners completing a course, but as leaders redefined by reflection, rigor, and relevance. I do know you joined MiMP as skilled practitioners in monitoring and evaluation, but also various courses. You live as reflective architects of accountability and learning. We do take that when we began, you came armed with degrees, experience, and advanced sectoral insights from humanitarian response to governance, education, engineering, health, and so on. Yet even with the wealth of knowledge, MiMP challenge you to pause, to think differently, but also to ask, what does quality truly look like in the practice of evidence? And that question has shaped this transformative journey of establishing this particular program. So when Cohort 2 convened in November, the word MIL may have elicited a few smiles in that a number of organizations use different acronyms to mean what exactly they want to mean. But taking the program or Project DPRO approach to what exactly this whole course is about, we know we did not take not like to be a MAL, M&E, or something else. We know that someone even joked, are we learning how to cook? Because the word meal wasn't yet defined. And perhaps in a sense, you did. Because meal, like a nourishment, sustains organization. It sharpens accountability, enriches strategy, but also fuels learning. From those first sessions on the logic of evaluation to your deep dives into complex aware approaches, contribution analysis, and adaptive management, you will discover that meal is not a technical department. It is an organization philosophy. It is the art of linking evidence to ethics and data to decision making. You learn that monitoring is not about counting, but about connecting. Evaluation is not about judgment, but it's about learning. Accountability is not a compliance checklist, but a moral compass. And learning is not an aftermath. It is the engine of evolution. So one of the most memorable analogies from your session is the malaria tree. Remind us that every indicator stems from a root cause. It was not a mere exercise in logic. It was a metaphor for system thinking. Because in meal, every outcome is both a leaf and a seed, something to be understood, improved, and replanted. Today, we celebrate not only your completion, but your evolution. Over the past 5 weeks or 6, you have interrogated frameworks, debated evaluation ethics, and mastered analytical tools from log frames to logical frameworks, from COBOL Toolbox to Power BI. You have transformed abstract concepts into applied competencies. You now understand that the true value of evidence lies not in precision alone, but in purpose. You have developed the intellectual agility to navigate between rigor and relevance, knowing when to model, when to measure, and when to ask the why. I know Silva spoke about the why. And let me share you a story that captures this particular insight. A development agency once built a gleaming bridge in a rural community, designed to connect the markets and the people. 6 months later, evaluators discovered it was unused. The reason was simple. The community needed a well and not a bridge. So that bridge became a symbol, not of success, but of silence, of voices not heard, of assumption not tested. Your role as meal professionals is to ensure that no bridge goes unused. You now possess the analytical tools to ask the right questions before concrete is poured, to measure impact beyond the numbers, and to ensure that learning precedes action. For all its frameworks and metrics, meal is profoundly human. It's about empathy as much as evidence. Behind every percentage lies a person. Behind every baseline lies hope. Behind every outcome, there are stories about it. You learn that downward accountability is not a slogan, it's a discipline. It demands humility to listen before acting, to verify before concluding, and also to learn before recommending. And humor helps us too in this context. I believe you could have heard or remember a story of the father and the strong tea. He requested his son, eager to impress, use too many leaves or tea leaves, creating a bitter brew. His father's response, next time, measure and test before serving. This was a masterclass in meal. So monitoring, the goal was set. In relation to evaluation, the outputs were tested. In relation to accountability, the son owned it. In context of learning, he adjusted for next time for better. So that is the essence of our profession, measuring, reflecting, improving, moving forward. Graduates, the world awaiting you is complex, it's volatile, but also data rich, but its meaning are quite poor. Your task is to transform the data into wisdom. You are now evidence navigators, interpreting numbers through the lens of humanity. In your professional role as consultants, advisors, researchers, managers, you will encounter pressure. 1, to sanitize results, to accelerate findings, to prioritize optics over outcome. Resist that pressure. Let integrity be your methodology. As one OECD DAC evaluator once said, evaluation does not change the world. They change the people who do. You are those people. You will redefine development not through slogans, but through systems, not through rhetorics, but through rigor. Think of your meal framework as maps, indicators as signposts, data is the terrain, learning is the journey. But the practitioner ensures evidence leads to it. In relation to quality assurance, heartbeat it is shown from you ensure ethical compliance, but also triangulate findings, not because donors demand it, but because communities deserve it. Remember, true quality assurance begins with the self-assessment. The moment we stop evaluating ourselves, we also stop evolving. Cohort 2 embodied that principle. You critiqued case studies, challenged the models, and offered constructive feedback. That is already shaping the design of the forthcoming participants you create as leaders. As you embark on the next phase of your career, carry with you the 3 simple, powerful principles. Yes, they say curiosity fuels insight. Never accept data at face value. Probe its patterns, question its origin, and interpret its truth. Truth in evaluation requires bravery. Speak evidence to power with humility, not hostility. Your courage is your credibility. And the third, be compassionate. Remember, meal serves people, not facts. Data without empathy is also arithmetic. So my closing remark is, today you join a growing network of evidence professionals transforming how Africa measures progress and defines success. Whether in government, NGOs, or in academia, your fingerprints will be on wherever integrity and intersect. And let me end where we began, with a simple theory chain, like inventive, ethical, professional accountability with prosper, because learning is the most sustainable leadership. Cohort 2, you are the outcome of that. May your evolution, your learning inspire others, and your work remind the world that quality, when pursued with purpose, becomes impact. Do not sit, upgrade, and acquire skills, focusing on intermediate and advanced moderated programs for evaluation systems, strengthening at national, regional, and global levels, focusing on evaluative decision-making and management. Prioritize utilization focus, quality evaluation that is context-specific, fit for and address equity and human rights, but also enroll for executive courses for evaluation leaders for the future. So this innovation represents a paradigm shift from static reporting to dynamic system-based learning, equipping meal experts influence governance, policy coherence, and transformative evidence used across programs. Thank you once again. Congratulations to MiMP Cohort 2. Ezra Anyala is my name. Thank you so much, Betty and the team, and to the participants overall. Thank you.
Thank you, Ezra. I think many of us must have heard as if you were rapping, but I have interfaced with you. That's really how you speak. I'm sure the rest of the people behind their screens are wondering, is this person reading or are they actually talking? This is how Ezra speaks in real life. If you met him, he forgot to introduce his other titles, but he's an evaluation expert. He has evaluated several projects in country, globally, Africa, out of Africa. So he couldn't have, we couldn't have had a more better person to provide us with these closing remarks. So Ezra, we are going to do a simple, a symbolic kind of sharing of certificates. And like I said, I think now I need to stop sharing this. And let me see if I should be able to share my screen instead. I think let me share my screen. So what we will do, is that I will read a name and then I will display the certificates, and then we will have you say a word, and maybe we can unmute and then just give a clap or use the unclap on the button, but it's okay at this point, you can unmute. So our first participant is Celia Mukwewa. Celia, if I have mispronounced your name, please pardon me. Is she on the call? I don't know if she joined. She said she would be traveling. She would join, but she might not have stable network. So Ezra, over to you, even in her absentia.
Congratulations, Celia Mukwewa, upon your completion of the Global MiMP Program Congratulations, congratulations.
Okay. Next is Florence Adupo. Is she here, Florence?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
All right, over to you, Ezra.
Congratulations, Florence Adupo, upon your completion of the Global MiMP Program certificate. Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
George, are you on? George Okot?
Yes, I'm on, Betty. Thank you.
Over
Thank you
to you,
so
Ezra.
much for this.
Congratulations, George Okot Onwech, upon your completion of the Global MiMP Program certificate. Congratulations, congratulations.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next is Shifa Kanyunyuzi.
I am here, Betty. Thank you very much.
Ezra, over to you.
Congratulations, Shifa Kanyunyuzi, upon your completion of the certificate in MiMP. Congratulations upon this.
Thank you, Ezra.
Next is Chibuka Idi. Idi, are you on?
Yeah, I'm on. Thank you, Betty.
Ezra, over to you.
Congratulations, Chibuka Idi, upon your completion of the MiMP program certification. Congratulations.
Okay. Next is Chibet. Are you still in traffic or you have arrived home now? Is he on? Okay, Ezra, over to you in his absentia.
Okay, congratulations, Kirui Kibet, upon your completion of the Global MiMP program certification. Congratulations.
Okay. Next is Daniel Komakech Okot. Are you here?
Present. I'm around.
Over to you, Ezra.
Congratulations, Kumaket Daniel Okot, upon your completion of the MiMP program certification. Congratulations, Daniel.
Yeah, we are not clapping for them. Somebody should have done Kejila for you. Next is Bravel. Bravel, are you here?
Yes, I'm present.
Over to you, Ezra.
Congratulations, Bravel Lubega, upon your completion of the MiMP program certifications. Congratulations.
Thanks, Betty and Ezra.
All right. Next is Mugera Kuzaifa Sali. Are you on? Maybe is not on, but over to you, Ezra.
Okay, congratulations, Mugera Kuzaifa Sali, upon your completion of the Global MiMP certification program. Congratulations once again.
Okay. Next is class representative Nantale Jamila. Are you on?
Yeah, wululu, wululu, wululu. Thank you, Betty.
Ezra,
Okay.
over to you.
Congratulations, Nantale Jamila, upon your completion of the MiMP program certification, Cohort 2. Congratulations, Jamila.
Charity is not around. She had told us in advance she would not be making it because she would be traveling. So Ezra, over to you in absentia.
Congratulations,
Charity.
Niyonshuti Charity, upon your completion of the Global MiMP program certification. Congratulations.
All right. And next is P. Nunlai Flomo. Flomo, I'm not sure if I've pronounced your name correct. Are you on the call?
I think this is better. This is better, Betty. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, over to you, Ezra.
Okay. Congratulations, P. Nunlai Flomo, upon completion of the MiMP program certification. Congratulations, Flomo.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Next is Paul Akera Okumu. Paul, are you here?
Yes, Betty, I am. Thank you so much.
Okay, Ezra, over to you.
Okay. Congratulations, Paul Akera Okumu, upon your completion of the Global MiMP program certification. Congratulations, Paul.
Okay. Next is Richard Muhumuza. Richard, are you on? Okay, he's been having challenges with his network. He traveled in the village. So over to you, Ezra, in his absentia.
Okay, congratulations, Richard Muhumuza, upon completion of the Global MiMP program certification, Cohort 2. Congratulations, Richard.
All right. Next is Sylvia Murungaro. Sylvia, are you on?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Betty.
Over to you, Ezra.
Okay, congratulations, Sylvia Murungaro, upon completion of the Global MiMP certificate, Cohort 2. Congratulations, Sylvia.
Thank you.
All right, and finally, the one and only Tino Muhangi Agnes. Are you on? Agnes, are you on?
Yes. I'm available.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Ezra, over to you. Okay, congratulations to Muhangi Agnes upon completion of the Global MiMP program certification. Cohort 2. Congratulations.
All right. That brings us to the end of the award ceremony, and actually to the end of our program as well, based on how we have structured the programs. Again, apologies, because I know I said in the agenda that I drafted that it would end by around 8:30. But I did extend in the invitation, in the Zoom invitation, up to 9, because I had an idea of maybe we would not be able to start in time. But yeah, so we have finally come to the end of our celebration. So Ezra, yes, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Betty and the team. So what I would like from your side, if you could be able to map regionally where the participants are coming from for Cohort 1 and 2, assuming like we have any engagements, should be able to contact them to really support on some consulting opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the brief. Yeah, looking forward.
I will be able to share those details with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So guys, you see, there are already opportunities. So I will share details. If Ezra needs some people in Zimbabwe, we know there's talent, and there's Celia, there's another person in Liberia, there's Flomo. Yeah, so I'll be able to do that, Ezra, and share with you. So I think huge congratulations to all of you now. Yes, Ezra? Hands raised. Oh, Daniel, go ahead.
I'm just remembering to the voice of Ezra. I had a rapport with him at St. Mary's Hospital at Shaw. By then he was heading right, and he was heading Pabo. He worked with my colleague called Junior Ochera. So the voice came clear right now. Way back in 2018, 2017, 18.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Yes. I was managing the Northern Uganda Health Program. It was not the rights. So one of my best students, or one of my staff, was Betty.
Yes. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. They say aluta continua. I don't know which language is that, Italian or something. Yeah. I don't like to use the word the struggle continues. We shouldn't be struggling. We should be flourishing. The flourishing continues now. Yeah. Feel free, reach out. Like we said earlier, we are available. And at this point, Kevin, you're here. The guests are invited. Could you please just help us close this event, and then we will just adjourn this meeting. Like I said, I'll be able to share with you guys your certificates. Please text me, send me a WhatsApp. If you need me to send on your WhatsApp or email, let me know. But otherwise, I have all of your email addresses. I will send them to that. Or if you need WhatsApp, just send me a message. So Kevin, just help us close this meeting. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Betty. How would you want me to close? Through a prayer or something short? Or how do you want me to end
You could say a
meeting?
few words and just close with a prayer as well. So, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Betty and Ezra. I really have loved it, and I'm happy that I'm here. It's a great opportunity to be a guest here and to learn a lot about meal, and to learn that many people are learning. I'm also learning, and I'm urging everyone to keep on learning and practice what you have learned. That's the only way you can grow and be a better person. Other than that, let me end this with a prayer. Heavenly Father, I thank you for today. I thank you for everyone who has participated in the MiMP program. I thank you that they are going to grow and practice what they have learned. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, guys.
Amen.
Have a good night.
Amen.
And good luck in all of your endeavors.
Okay,
You can leave at will. If this was a physical event, we would say you can socialize. I'm not closing.
Where is the
I'll be the
party?
last. I'll be the last person to close. Who is asking for where is the party? This must be
the
Jamila.
party? Me. Yeah.
This is typical Yali. The party is in your room. I'm
7
drinking my
a.m.
water.
crew, we go down, celebrate graduation.
The good thing today is a weekend, so we